Hi, this is Laura Capes. I'm Strategy Girl here today with Tom Myer. Tom is my friend and also the president of the American Marketing Association here in Austin and a social media expert. Welcome, Tom.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm not sure that I feel comfortable with that expert label, but we'll talk about some things here today.
Well, as you guys know, that Strategy Girl is all about bringing you strategies that rock your business and rock your life. So I asked Tom to join us today to talk about how to use social media to rock your business. So we only have a few minutes with Tom today, so we're going to move quickly. So let me turn it to you, Tom. Tell us what can our viewers need to know about using social media to rock their business?
Well, one of the interesting things about social media is that there are a lot of tools out there. Most of them predominantly are free. Most of them are easy to use.
Okay.
So, everybody hears about Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and about blogging and LinkedIn and how do you use this or that to help you set up your business. If you're a small business, small mom and pop, you have a flower shop or you have a restaurant, or even if you're somebody who's got a warehousing business, they import tea for a living, for example, or they're a fitness instructor. There are just tons and tons and tons of options. That's the great news, right?
Okay.
And so a lot of the tools that are available to someone like Dell, who can sell a lot of product through their Twitter channel, well, guess what? Those channels are available to you too. You may not have the branding budget and the marketing budget of Adele, but those tools are available. Now, the bad news is there's just so much to pick from. It's a little bewildering, and I think a lot of people get wrapped up in, they get things in the wrong order, or they focus on things that may not be that important, because what they're trying to do, as you know, in your business, they're trying to check out and test different things, and they're just kind of sampling from the buffet. There's just so many options. They really don't know what they want. So what I like to try to do is I'd like to emphasize a couple of key points with clients about social media and what you're trying to do.
Okay.
So I call this a method. It doesn't really have a name, but it's got three parts. So what is your strategy? What is the media? What is the work plan?
All right.
So basically, the strategy component is, and I'm not a strategist.
Well, let me interject that. So for me, I'm all about strategy, right? So part of what I'm trying to do here for you is help you figure out where you are, where you want to go, and the path to get there. So why don't we start with helping them figure out where they are and where they want to go? Right.
And so so what's interesting about the word strategy is that it can be really scary.
Right.
Right. Everybody's thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not IBM, or I'm not a big government agency or whatever. I don't need a strategy. Well, guess what? You do need a strategy. And I think of strategy in terms of the basics. So, who are you? What is your brand? What do you represent? How do you want to be known in the world? What is your reputation, right? Then who are you trying to reach? Are you trying to reach people who would buy, consumers who are trying to buy your service, that kind of thing. And how do you want to engage with those people? Are you happy to just tell them about special deals all the time? Do you want to inform? Do you have a complicated product or service that you need to inform and educate a lot? Are there a lot of myths or misconceptions about your business, or people don't really understand your business, therefore you'll be doing a lot of explaining or demoing, right? So social media is really great about giving you the space and time to demo your product. One of the most famous social media campaigns is Will It Blend? Where the guy takes this, he has a commercial blender and he puts an iPod in there and blends it. Golf balls. He put an iPad in there.
Right.
So he's showing, it's a 3-minute video that he can blend anything. Right. And so they're hilarious videos. They get millions of views. He doesn't have to pay big budgets on, put it on national television, and it's proof positive that sucker will blend anything.
Well,
Right.
I've heard that if you can not only while you're educating but also
Entertain, yes.
that is a key to going
Exactly.
viral.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit of humor, a little bit of
Yeah.
honesty. In fact, a lot of bit of honesty. About yes, we know that our product doesn't meet these needs because we're still in beta, but we're working on it and we want to hear from you. That
Okay, great.
conversation. So that's the strategy bit. I take it's sort of a lightweight framework of strategy, not the heavy duty what Dell would do, because Dell has would have 500 pieces of paper about the strategy.
Right. Why
You
don't
know,
we use my brand as an example for people to give
So-
them a sense of like how you might approach this? So Strategy Girl's brand new, right? I'm just getting it started.
Right.
Who I am is an expert marketer,
Right.
and I'm wanting to help people. I especially have a heart for entrepreneurs and small business owners that
Right.
have limited resources to kind of, implement, high level strategies that maybe a high level director of marketing could bring to them. So how would I bring strategy or use social media to bring Strategy Girl to the world?
So one of the things that's really interesting about your brand is that there's almost like a superhero persona about
Right,
you,
right.
or the strategy girl, and I
Right.
think the latest iterations of your logo have the avatar in a cape,
Yes.
and you're holding like a MacBook or an
Yes,
iPad or something, and
yes.
you're like.
You can't use the MacBook Pro, can't use the Apple logo, but she's holding
Right,
a
she's
MacBook
holding
Pro, yes.
she's holding some kind of a
Yes.
computing device,
Yes.
and she's dun, dun, dun,
Yes.
I'm here to save the day.
Yes.
And so, you're using that very strong brand impression of somebody who can save the day, right? And so, when I think of Strategy Girl, I think of someone who is going to go out of the way to save me. I think that one of probably the most powerful segment of your customer segment, the one that you probably will almost find yourself focusing on, is not the newbie small business owner, because I remember back when I was starting out in business 10 years ago, I didn't know what I didn't know.
Right.
And so,
Right.
but after about a year or two, I'd fallen through the pitfalls of spending money badly in marketing, the $3,000 ad that
That's
gave me
right.
the goose egg,
That's right.
and I didn't know how to do this and I didn't know how to do that. And then I started turning to people like you and say, please, 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 I've spent $15,000 on this silly campaign that
Yes.
didn't get me anything, and now I just need to I'm doing a reset.
Yes.
Strategy Girl, help me.
Yes, I've
Right.
learned the hard lessons. In fact, I tell
Right.
a story about how, part of the reason Strategy Girl came to life was because I had a woman after a seminar that I gave called The Building Blocks for Marketing Success say to me, where were you 5 years ago?
Right.
And I said, way too shy to teach this seminar.
Right.
So,
And look at you now, you're in front of the camera.
yeah, so I do see that you get to a point as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner, where you realize I don't have all the skills, and I need to engage and bring in some experts.
Right. So I think that's if you keep that persona front and center, please help me, Strategy Girl. Not to say that every single engagement you're going to have, because if this were a full-on heavy-duty strategy, you'd have like multiple personas for the target audience.
Right.
Where you would say, Betty, the small business owner who has a retail shop with 3 locations, and
Right.
versus Tina, the fitness instructor who is a freelancer,
Right.
like a contractor with 7 gyms, and she
Right.
wants to market a DVD product.
Right.
Those are different personas, but
Right.
you might have 2 or 3 different segments of who you're trying to talk to.
Ideal customers.
Ideal customers basically is what a persona is.
Yeah.
So then, once you've taken stock of yourself, like who you are, what you believe in, what your thoughts are about yourself, your reputation, and how you want to not only the target market but how you want to approach them.